What's up? What's up, y'all? Good morning. Stevie J here, Beyond the Details. You guys are coming along with me today. I did the previous video, a couple videos back, I believe it was, on a couple tips for detailers. So I decided, hey, what's a better way than to have you guys come and tag along? So today is a $225 job on 2 vehicles, so $450 in total. I'm driving about an hour and 5 minutes of travel time. So my hourly is 100. So I charge him half of the travel time that I'm doing. I'm doing about 2.5 hours of travel. I'm only charging him for an hour. So in total, it's a $550 day. It's only on 2 vehicles, just a wash, clay bar. Not doing an iron decon. I didn't charge him for that. It's just a wash, clay bar, an application of ethos ceramic wax by my polisher, complete interior with leather treatment, door jams, of course, etc., whole nine. So it is quoted for about 2.5 hours per vehicle. So I should be working on the vehicles no longer than 5 hours. But again, in order to make profit, you guys should always try to get the job done in the fastest time period without knocking down on quality. Don't rush just to save time and make more per hour. But if you can get the job done faster, if the vehicle isn't in that bad of condition, then that's always a good thing because the faster you do a job and the more you charge is the more you work an hour, and obviously the more free time you have to do whatever you want, grow your business, etc., etc. Yeah. So I made a video. I made a video maybe 2 or 3 videos back on the channel that I would love you guys to go check out. But it was just on some basic, very basic tips for auto detailers, new and um, detailers that have been around, in order to grow your business, how you present yourself, etc., etc. So I decided, hey, why not have you guys tag along, um, see exactly what I do. I'm not going to be recording the entire time, the entire wash, because I don't have the battery for it or the SD card storage, unfortunately. But at least go through the steps. I'll show you guys what it looks like when you foam can a vehicle, how you wash it without putting any type of swirl marks on the vehicle, uh, the clay bar, polishing, what we do in the interior, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm talking a lot. I'm almost at the job site, about 3 minutes away. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. And it's the first of its kind. And I definitely believe that I'm going to make more videos on this. I'm actually looking on getting a body camera mount for the GoPro. And what that will allow me to do is to actually record without having to hold it. I can't hold the GoPro, even though I do have a stand, but I can't hold the GoPro when I'm working. And I'm not a fan of those hat mounts. So I've seen some that you can just put on your chest, and maybe that's something I'll do in the future if my channel grows. I'm at a little bit over 100 subscribers. I do feel like my channel's a lot better than that, at least compared to some of these folks I see with thousands. But it is what it is. Hopefully I get there. Thanks for tagging along, and hope you guys enjoy. All right, so I'm working in a business park. Traditionally, I am not a fan of working in business parks only because I'm just not. It's limited space and just not a real big fan of it. Okay, so I am working in a business park. Traditionally, I'm not a big fan of it, of working in business parks because of limited parking, limited space, and whatnot. But the benefit is that you do have a little bit more exposure. You're gonna have the window shoppers. How much? I have a guy that does it for $80. So that's not your client. Don't worry about folks when they say that. I tend to not like areas like this, but luckily with this gentleman here, sorry, I'm trying to get set up. With this gentleman here, he actually has this entire space. So this is my baby. Haven't showed you guys the work truck. A little bit of what I carry on the job site. I don't really carry everything in the trailer, but you guys, whatever. Just to show you guys, 9000 Predator, my Honda pressure washer. This is an Easy 90, Easy, whatever. It's one of the best pumps you can get. Got my hose reel compressor that goes to the air compressor in the back. The Mighty 80. Oh my God, guys, it's been so long with the model numbers, but it's the Mighty heated extractor, 250-gallon water tank, and yeah, this is the vehicle we'll be working on. It's in rough condition, as you guys can see. It's polling season, so it's a lot of polling. Yeah, it's rough. It's a newer BMW, so it's going to come out great once I'm done with it. But it's pretty rough as of right now. He brought his dog, so there's a lot of dog here. I have the key, but it's in the truck, so I'm not going to unlock it. Anyways, let's go. Why is the foam bath important? A lot of folks will think that it's just a marketing ploy or it's something that's unimportant. The foam bath is actually very important. It makes it so that you don't have to do the 2-bucket wash method, which is what you have to do in order to prevent swirls or damage in the paint, traditionally if you have no foam cannon. So not only does it provide lubrication to cut down on your ability to mar the paint, it actually does ever so slightly bring off some of the grime that's on the vehicle. A very important tip, sorry, hopefully you guys can see me. A very important tip that I tell folks when you're washing is you're using no pressure when you're washing. When you're washing, it's a glide. Simple as that. You're gliding across the paint. You're not pushing down and moving the whatever you're using to wash the paint with. It's just a glide. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Another thing that I want to discuss is you'll see some people say you have to wash from top to bottom. That's not true. You also should always have, you can't see, but I have a grit guard in the bucket. You should always get a grit guard. A grit guard is going to be at the bottom of the bucket, and it's going to drop any type of sand or dirt or whatever on the bottom of the bucket. It's hard for me to explain what it does. Just Google grit guard. Another thing, he was supposed to bring his other vehicle. Now, I just clay barred this vehicle about a month ago and did a one-step polish and sealing. You don't really want to clay bar a vehicle every month like that. It's not good for the paint, and then you have to correct it after you do the clay bar. A lot of people would clay bar and then just put a wax on it. No, you're supposed to correct the paint after you mar the paint. So what I'm actually going to do, at least on this one, is I'm just going to do an iron decon after I do the wash. We're done. It's that quick to do the wash. Next, use a non-acidic wheel cleaner for the wheels. A lot of times that's not going to get 100% of the muck off the vehicle, but off the wheels, excuse me, but it'll get a good 80% off of it, and that's important. I don't do the final cleaning of the wheels until after the vehicle is washed and everything, and after I put the tire shine on, because I don't use the applicator pad for the tire shine, even though you should. I kind of just spray and let it dry. So that's one of the first things I do. So within an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours I'm on the vehicle, that tire shine won't sling, it'll dry. And I use aqua bead, so it doesn't really sling anyway. All right, y'all, just finished up the M50i BMW. Still a quick 360. Took me a lot longer than I thought. It took me about 2 hours and 45 minutes. I had a 2.5 hour max, and I just went over that, unfortunately. Then I have to start the Tesla after this. Condition all the leather. All right, so in Houston, it's pollen season, excuse me. So within 20 minutes of me doing this car, it's going to be covered in yellow pollen. So that's a consistent fight. I also put G-Technique C2V3 on the wheels. A lot of people ask me why I did that. Actually, when I do that for clients, I dilute it, and I tell them it should last them a month and a half to 2 months. So that's just another way to upsell. As a detailer, you always have to find things that you can do additionally to a client's vehicle in order to make more money, basically. This is the Tesla that I'm going to do now. Basically going to do the same exact process on it that I did on the BMW. It has the black interior, which I hate on these. It's a Plaid, so it's the higher end model one. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so now I'm gonna do the Tesla Plaid. I'm gonna do the same steps that I did on the BMW M5. On this though, I am gonna clay bar it, and then after that I'm gonna go over it quickly with 3D speed, a light polish on a light pad, and then I'll hit it with G-Technique C2V3 on the paint for protection. Then we'll do the full interior with leather treatment, and that's it. Easy day.
Don't forget, non-acidic wheel cleaner.
All right, just so you guys know, when you're dealing with these type of wheels, I'm not exactly sure what you would call them, but especially these specific wheels on Tesla, you don't even want to let this sit more than a minute, honestly. 2 minutes at the max. Oh my God, I'm finally done. It is a hot day. So here's the finished product. Again, it looks amazing. The first gentleman gave me a $40 tip. So with the BMW it was $265. And he also paid me, like I told you guys, $100 travel fee. So $365 basically. This came out beautifully. Looks great. This is actually the Plaid. So this is the big dog, probably the fastest street legal car you can get. And yeah, that's it. Like I said, I can't wait to get the camera strap. So as I'm actually doing the job to record, to show you guys a little bit. But this is the first video. So today, all in all, I'm actually about to go give him his card, because it's like the little debit card looking thing on these. So I'm actually going to give him his card. Don't know if he'll tip or not. Again, you don't expect tips. I tell clients that, I tell clients you don't have to tip, and I tell new detailers don't expect it. But what I can say without a doubt is that 80–85% of the jobs I do get a tip, especially jobs like this. The jobs that typically I don't get tipped on would be ceramic coatings or paint correction jobs, because of pretty much they're really expensive jobs. But whenever I'm doing a mobile job, 80–85% of the time I get tipped, and traditionally it's at least a 20. The lowest is typically a 10. So yeah, I always count that in. Normally that's my lunch money and some of my gas. It's just, for the most part I always get tipped. So anyways, before I cut out, what I did on that, like I said, was a clay bar, iron decontamination. I did both actually on this one. Then I went with not like a wax spreading pad, but like a medium pad. I actually used a Hex Logic orange pad. Didn't really go too many crosses, just did about 2 or 3 crosses. Some spots I did 3, majority I did 2 with 3D speed. Wiped that off, and then I've used G73 C2 V3 on the exterior, which I'm telling him will give him about 6 months of protection. This is the entire bag of microfibers I used. And then when you wash the microfibers, just some advice, make sure you use vinegar. What that vinegar does is it pulls out some of the oils and chemicals that are in the microfibers. Tumble dry them on low, which will take you about a little bit over an hour since it's on low. And then as you fold each microfiber into squares, and then as you're doing that, getting a routine of running your fingers through the microfibers to make sure that there's nothing in there, anything embedded in there. So yeah, very happy with how this came out, with how both of them came out. Hope you guys enjoyed. And again, I will definitely try to make it better so I can actually show steps of me doing certain things. So that's the next thing to try to work on. I have a couple more unboxings coming out soon. I hope you guys enjoyed. Holla.